Alright, I got something to rant about. And I'm gonna try to take a good deep breath because god damn, I'm not having it. As an adult, I'm really not having it. I'm expecting people to not like this. I'm expecting people to cut me off of my channel. God damn. Alright, here we go. I might say something offensive and something that will hurt people's feelings. I've just had it. And I'm going to tell you this, that there are so many downsides of adulthood. So many downsides. I got plenty of reasons. After you graduated high school, you try to get a job. Or right after high school, you go to college, and it takes years before you get a degree or a certificate. And then after you graduate, and after you get all that degree and the certificate, you try to get a job that fits in your field. Major field. But then, they're not giving you the job. Also, especially for entry-level jobs that you apply for, but they expect more experience. You ask yourself, what is the point? There is no point. Because I tell you, the job market in today's world, it is trash. It is complete trash. Trust me. It will piss you off. It's been pissing me off. I've had job struggles since 2016. Just when I was about to graduate high school. I mean, I've had job struggles since right after high school. I always dress nice for a job interview. I have always done that. I've always got myself ready for a phone interview. I've always followed up. I've always done cover letters. Right now, hopefully that one day I get a better job or an apprenticeship that I'm working on changing my resume. But goddamn, I wouldn't be surprised if that shit did not work in the job market. That shit pisses me off. Especially if they're hiring. I also got another story about it. I've had 6 job interviews. 6 of them. 2 of them were out of town. One I was not ready for, but 2, it was a waste of time. You want to know why? Because they were not really hiring. And I was just ready to go. I was like 20 minutes early for a job interview, getting ready. and I was in Arizona. So that was a waste of time. They were not really hiring. They already had workers. So I applied that for nothing. And let me tell you something, I really hate job searching. I mean, I've been hating job searching ever since. I've had struggles with it ever since. I've been frustrated about it. And so many times, yeah, there are times where I want to fucking delete my resume. I want to fucking rip that shit off. Because it's useless. No one is really hiring. Let me try my phone. My phone's charging, right? Damn it. Hang on. Okay. So I think it's charging. I just hope it doesn't die on me. But yeah. It's frustrating. Very, very frustrating. So yeah, 2 job interviews out of town. And then I've had 4 phone call interviews. One of them wasn't really that genuine enough because it felt like I need more experience of that. And also, it always requires a driver's license and a car. I have a driver's license, but not a car. So no, that's not really gonna work out. Another one was in Montana. That was a phone call interview, and it was a genuine one. It was very, very genuine. I told him I was from California, and it was this job that only does for 2 hours, and I get paid $19 or $20 an hour for just working 2 hours cleaning the warehouse. And I could have been in Montana. I could have moved to Montana and worked at that job. But nope. Plus, they reopened it for me so that I could apply, which I did that. I was just following up, and, they just couldn't give me the job until I moved. So that didn't work out. And my thing is, I'm trying to be able that I can get a job so that I can move to go there. Because I do anything for a new job. I would move to get a new job. I do anything to have a fresh start. But that's not really working out for me. So yeah, it was a genuine phone call interview. Man, I thought I could get ready to do this, but I guess I wasn't able to get it. Also another one, and I was in Philadelphia. And there's this interviewer guy, his first time interviewing me. We had a good conversation. I told him about why I wanted to apply that job and all that stuff. And when I applied, they said I was going to be a good fit. So it was a genuine phone call interview. And even after the interview was over, I even asked him, he told me this, any more questions? I even asked him a question. How does it feel to interview me for the first time? And that was genuine as fuck. That was genuine for me to ask that. Because I wanted him to feel like he's able to interview, and I feel like that was the nicest thing I've ever done, is to be personally genuine in a phone call interview, especially in job interviews. And I thought that would work to get the job. But guess what? After I did the follow up on an email, they chose another candidate. That goes back to square one. Try again. Yeah. What a bitch. Motherfucker. And in another phone call interview, yeah, I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember at all. But that didn't turn out well either. So I'm like, God damn. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I hate job marketing. I mean, who am I kidding? I hate the job market. I've already said that. Also, another thing. I work at this job right now. Let me tell you something, man. The reason why I work at this job right now, at this minimum wage slavery, cleaning the swap meet, let me tell you why. Because I was in school for 3 years learning art and animation. I was in school for 3 years, and I got a certificate. It was a Maya 3D certificate, Autodesk. I got that certificate, graduated with that for about 3 years. So I haven't been going to school for the past almost 2 years. They even said that after you graduate, you work at the school for them. But let me tell you, the reason why I did not want to work at the school, I need a mental break. Because the school, they would like criticize any artist, and doing animations, you have to do the style they want. You have to be at a deadline. So, and this was a school for disabilities. I was at that school for 3 years. It was referred from my Harbor Regional Center. But it was ridiculous because it felt like it was a waste of time. And it was like pressuring everybody, like people with disabilities, pressuring them. Hell, let me tell you this, that practicing job interviews, let me tell you something, I fucking hate that. Because I practiced it before. It didn't work out, so it was fucking pointless. I was learning animation and interpersonal skills. Yeah, one time, we even had to practice job interviews as a class, to talk to to practice job interviews to each classmate, and that was fucking stressful. One of the classmates was about to have a mental breakdown because we were doing this job interview, and let me tell you something, I never felt so bad for that dude because I didn't want to do that shit either. Like, it was a waste of time. Because I'm like, fuck that. Shit. And after I graduated, they say I worked for the school, right? I did mention that. But here's the problem, though. The class is It was like 5 hours long, so it's not that bad to go to school there, but they do not pay the hours of the class. They only pay half of it. It was almost a 6-hour class. They pay like 2 hours or less if you work for the school. And it's minimum wage. That means you make $500 a month. That's not enough to move out. That is not enough for you to even book a trip outside of the country or outside of your hometown. That's where you're stuck. And you still have to ask your parents to financially support you. That's why I did not want to do that. And that's why I work at this job right now, minimum wage. And I'm stacking up money. It's not the job I really want to do with the rest of my life, but if I can't find a career job, then yes, I will go back to that. Anyway, there are downsides of adulthood. Another reason is fucking dating. The competition of dating, especially here in America. If you don't make enough money to take a different person on a date, you're fucked. If you don't change your looks for the person that you're gonna meet someday, you're fucked. So if you don't look better, if you don't have better genetics, you're fucked, to be honest. I know some people are not gonna agree to this shit, but guess what? That's part of it. So anybody who says that looks don't matter, personality does, it's fucking lying to themselves. Because you could already have a personality, but if your looks are not really getting in the door, then you're fucked. And do not fucking lie to my face about personality. That matters the most than looks. Don't you dare fucking lie to me. Because by the time I meet somebody in person, I'm going to recognize the look on their face. I better not find any change on the look on your face. I better not find out you're lying. Because by the time I find out you're lying, I am walking out the door. I don't even have to explain nothing. I will block you out of my fucking life. I will not apologize. I will not shed a tear once you lie to me. And to be honest, I am way too fast. I can easily lose hope on humanity. I lose hope very easily. I will give up very easily on humanity. No fucking questions, no apologies. And to tell you this, I could be very fucking mean. Very fucking mean. And fucking angry. That I will shove my anger down your fucking throat. You're gonna make sure that you apologize that you met me. I can hurt a person's feelings so bad. I don't give a fuck how bitter I am. You push buttons, you're gonna wish you never saw me this dark. Darkest thoughts. Yeah. So yeah, fuck the dating world. And let me tell you something. Nobody cares. about me. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about all of us until we do something about it. And let me tell you something about adulthood. But people are telling us, oh, you need to grow up. Oh, you need to get a job. But nobody owes you shit. Then what the fuck is the point? Exactly. Tell me exactly what is the point. When you have nothing to offer, tell me what is the point to not give up. If you're not getting any opportunities, if I'm not getting opportunities, what's the goddamn point? Do not fucking contradict me. And let me tell you something. There's another thing that's pissing me off too. It's people saying money doesn't fucking matter. And I swear to God, I'm not having it with that. I've had enough of that. Money does buy happiness. Once you have... No, hang on. Money does buy happiness. When you got bills to pay, when you don't have that much bills to pay, and you're saving money, and your frown is upside down, it does buy happiness. So don't you dare lie. Don't you dare. Because there are homeless people out on the street. And here's another thing. But there are people starving in Africa. I've heard that shit too. But guess what? Are you friends with them? No, the fuck you're not. I'm not friends with them either. So you don't get to say that shit. And it's not like you're going out your way to volunteer. Neither am I, so stop that shit. Stay the fuck quiet. Oh, money doesn't buy happiness. Okay. Okay. But, let me tell you this. Don't you dare cry when someone fucking hot wires your car or your truck. And you cry in the morning once you find out, questioning where is your vehicle that you need to take to work. What the fuck are you gonna do when you don't have that car? Are you gonna buy another one? Are you gonna report it as theft? What happens if you don't get your vehicle back? Explain that. Also, if money doesn't matter, you better get ready when someone steals a part of your house or a part of your vehicle. Get ready for that. Get ready when a robbery comes into your house. Someone steals your money, someone steals your materials. You better wake the fuck up, because somebody will be sneaking in your house. What are you gonna do? If money doesn't buy happiness, you better pray that the person of your dreams doesn't take you to court taking away your money that the judge requests. You better pray about that. Otherwise, I don't know what to convince you. I don't know how to convince you. And also, here's another thing. They say, like how they say money doesn't buy happiness and then sex is overrated, right? That's saying the same thing. Money does buy happiness. And let me tell you about something about sex being overrated. Let me tell you something. Sex is overrated when you're not getting some. Sex is underrated when you are getting some. So don't you dare lie to yourself or anybody else. Don't you dare. If sex is overrated, guess what? You shouldn't be having it in the first place. And don't you dare judge on people who are virgins who couldn't get some, even though they tried. But guess what? Rejection is always the result. It has always been a result. And how many times has rejection been so brutal ever since? Rejection is repulsive to resonate. It is not motivation. It's another thing to digest. And trust me, it's going to be a bad indigestion. A very bad one once you swallow it down your esophagus. That's another thing to swallow, like the fucking red pill, the blue pill, the black pill, whatever pill of color it is. And let me tell you another thing. Let's talk about suicide, shall we? They say suicide is not worth it. Yes, it is. When you have nothing to offer, when nobody loves you, when nobody cares about you, when everybody else tells you to see a therapist, but then therapists just want you to pay up, and they don't even do the right work. They just say things that you need to hear, but you don't want to hear it. They just say things that are so contradicting. They force you to stay alive, but they give you no reason why you should stay alive. They haven't given you enough things to cope and get by. Therapy is not coping mechanism. Not enough at all. So that doesn't make it any better. At least not for most people. If suicide is not worth it, you better tell that to Robin Williams. You better tell that to Chester Bennington. You better tell that to Chris Cornell. You better tell that to the people who already killed themselves. Why don't you go stop by and visit their grave? How about you get a time stone from Thanos or Doctor Strange to reverse it back? But guess what? Nobody wants a second chance when the first chance hasn't done them well a service. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you why I haven't killed myself yet. Because I traveled to do these art shows and travel around the world to explore. I do art for a living. I mean, no. What the hell? No, I don't. It doesn't pay the bills. The fuck? People pleasing at my job is for a living because minimum wage. Let me tell you something. And for people pleasing, people do it just to get by. We're not trying to do it we're not really trying to do it all the time. We're doing this to get paid. When you can't start a business. And let me tell you something. Not everyone can do a business. Everybody just has to work a job. Because that's the only option. That is the easiest option. That is the only option. And guess what? That is the old school way to do it. It always has been. I know the world is easier right now, but it's gone a lot more difficult. And it has not made enough sense. Just because it's easier for everybody doesn't mean it's easy for the rest of humanity. So don't do that. Calling people beta male because they work a job. Get the fuck out of here. Without YouTube paying you, you're just like the rest of us, stuck in a rut, and we have to work a job to start all over again. Without you scamming people, taking people's money, you're just like the rest of us, stuck in a rut. And you have to work a job just to start over. So stop that shit. Don't you dare do that. And my passion is not scamming people, you fucking idiots. Better than everyone else, right? You think that you could become successful just for scamming people and looking people down because of that? If that's really all you're worth, then you're fucking worthless to me. But get ready when nobody wants to buy your course. Get ready when no one wants to support your business. When you don't have enough supporters, guess what? Give it up. Shut it down. Work a job just like the rest of us. Start all over again. And then go back to doing your business. But guess what? Scamming people is not how you show your worth. Don't do that. That's not fucking cool. Everybody needs money just like you. So don't do that. You can scam people all you want. But just get ready when nobody supports you. Nobody buys your course. And for the fact is, what happens if you're not able to pay your rent and nobody supports you? Oh, well. Get the fuck in line. Competition, competition, competition. Not everybody's going to catch up. Also, here's another thing. Missing out. Goddamn, I got another story. Missing out, right? Like I've been told I've been missing out on fun activities. Missing out on dating. At least from that one person. And let me tell you something. For me right now, I don't give a shit if I'm boring or fun. If you cannot understand that, you clearly don't know me. Sadly. And to be honest, what I'm really afraid of is I won't have anything to offer in this world but my fucking incompetence. And then I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't work out. And if that doesn't work out, then I don't want to be here. Fuck this adulthood. I do not enjoy the autistic adult that I have become. And let me tell you something, I cannot even function in this adult world without money. If you can function as an adult without money, good for you. But guess what? Not the rest of us. You better figure it out what makes you really, really happy without money. And tell me this, how are you going to pay your bills without money? You're going to scam people off too? If that's your idea, that's just fucked up. Also missing out. So yeah, I've been told I've been missing out on activities and dating by this one person recently from last month. This is April 1st, right? Just the beginning of the month of April. But March, the middle of March, I pushed someone away. Not physically, but like mentally when I was angry. When that person was angry first, like I had this one friend that I used to do videos with. And he got pissed off because I wasn't answering his calls or reading his voice messages enough. He was mad because I didn't make time for him. And clearly I really don't owe him I really don't owe him as much. Like, I didn't even ask him for money. I didn't even tell him I was lonely. I didn't even ask him for company. I did not even ask him for a ride and stuff like that. I didn't even ask him to do favors for me. I was just doing my own thing. And not only because I was busy and stuff, so things that I should, like, he works 2 jobs, but I don't. And yeah, no, I used to make time with him, but like, I'm at a point where I'm just not feeling it with him, and yeah, so he got pissed about it, but then I got pissed because not only I told him I was busy, I even told him I said no to dating this one woman that I've already said, this one woman that wants to be a stripper, that's his coworker. But yet his coworker likes him, not me. I haven't even met his coworker. But he doesn't even like her like that. I even told him, just be honest with her. Just tell her how you feel. And he didn't fucking do it. And I even told him, I said, no, I'm not feeling with that girl. And plus, there was already a red flag. And he keeps sending me fucking pictures of her, fucking Instagram links of her story, and posting pictures and videos of her fucking twerking and shit, showing her ass on fucking Instagram. I fucking told him no, and he said I'm missing out, and what I'm missing out on is her. So that got me pissed off. And not only that, just fucking sends me political links, like about politics and stuff like that. Like, I give a shit. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not interested in that shit. And I told him I'm not even interested in her. So that's what pissed me off. And he would just rather call than just fucking text and shit, because that's the way communication is. And I don't even like phone calls. I don't even like... wasting my breath all the damn time. Like, there's just nothing interesting about it. Nothing interesting about my life. And I don't really care if it's interesting or not. It's not like I own anything. I'm just doing my thing. I don't like being bothered too much. So yeah, that's where I got angry, and I pushed him away, and I shut him out, blocked him, and cut him off. And it's not like we were close anyway. Man, I wanted to make a video calling him out, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck that. He ain't worth it. Fuck that. Plus, I had enough anyway, so I think I did what I needed to do, and I do believe that some areas where I am is wrong. But man, I had enough. So I admit that. So yeah, being an adult sucks. I do not enjoy it. I fucking hate it. I can only function being an adult with money. And this is why I travel by myself. This is why I do these art shows. Hell, I live with my parents, right? Because I cannot even afford an apartment. I've been on the waiting list for years and I ain't got shit. I used to live in an apartment for 2 months, but that was 2 years ago in May and June. That was the only experience I got. And then I started solo traveling, like traveling out of state, like in Arizona, Texas, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and Mexico. I feel like and like I said, if I can't find an apartment, I'll just travel. Fuck it. But otherwise, life is not for me. It is not. If I have to start over, so be it. If I have to destroy my social life, so be it. I'll take it. I mean, regardless, I've always felt alone, so I am alone anyways. I've always felt left out in a dating world, in a job market, in a career market. I've always felt left out. And I'm at a point where if things don't go my way, if I cannot get something, if I cannot make my life great, I mean, shit. What's there left for me to do but die? Hell, if people really want me to live my life and all that shit, I mean, really give me a reason why I should stick around. I mean, what do I really gotta offer? Don't lie to me. What do I really gotta offer? They say this to other people that the world is better with you in it. No, the fuck it's not. You're lying. Because if it was better with us in it, we would have had something to offer. Hell, if my artwork isn't in your room, if my artwork isn't hanged up on your wall, I do not want to fucking hear that bullshit. I do not want to fucking hear it. God damn it. And not everybody's meant to succeed. Not everybody can freaking succeed. So, like, it's the norm to become a freaking millionaire. And if you're not a millionaire, then nobody wants you and shit like that. I mean, like, that's possible. Not everybody can catch up financially. Yeah, just because you made it out doesn't mean the rest of us will. You could be motivating all you want. Motivate all you want. Say all you want. That I have a negative mindset and blah, blah, blah. You can say that all you want. But let me tell you something. Like, of course, nobody wants to date a person with a fucked up mindset. But guess what? There are the people with a fucked up mindset who are getting access to sex and intimacy. So who the fuck are you to say that? You fucking hypocrite. You successful, contradicting, scamming ass, ungrateful bastards. Shut the fuck up. Spend all your money on what you gotta do. And just let people be. Let the average fucking people be. You know what? There should be a separate country for average people and rich people. There should be a separate island, a separate country, a separate world. Because honestly, what the fuck is the norm here? What the fuck should be a norm here? They say suicide is a sin. But to me, it is not a sin. It's like a fucking norm now. This is Gen Z. Z is the last letter of the alphabet. This is the end. Like I said, I'm expecting dislikes. And I'm expecting people to not fuck with my channel at all. I don't care. Just cut me the fuck off. Alright, that's all I gotta say. I'm signing off and I'm gonna go to sleep.